Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new Let's Play on my channel. This is the third and final brand new LP that I will be releasing this season. So we finished The Scientist, The Bachelorette and The Black Widow, so it's time to have some new content. And of course you guys are loving the other two Let's Plays. One isn't as popular as the other, but I think it's because it's not really known as much. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and discuss that because we're here to talk about the brand new Let's Play. So, this is Serenity. If you couldn't tell by the title, this Let's Play is going to be called Serenity's Tale. Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Sims 4 Serenity's Tale with me, LittleMissSimmer. So, if you hadn't got the hint already, this is one big fat twist and I'm super excited to let you guys in on what the hell is going on. So you're probably wondering, where is Serenity? Where is she? Why is her hair like that? Who is this lady who is thinking about garbage? Well, basically everything you've seen so far in this Let's Play has been one big flashback. It's not her reality, it wasn't her current situation. It was all one massive flashback during a therapy session with Crystal. So, to get explaining, so basically, everything that happened obviously did happen, but it wasn't happening now. It was her reliving what she's been through. So she handed in Cameron to the police and she left the force because she was so ashamed and embarrassed of everything that happened. She was being, she was guilty by association. Nobody trusted her because of who she was so close with, someone who was growing illegal plants, and it got him in a lot of trouble and he's away in jail. So she was back to where she's been 1,000 times with nothing and no one. Callie moved away with her wife, they went travelling. She had no one, and even though she left the force, her chief decided that she didn't want her to slip back into her old self and completely become an introverted wreck, and she arranged for her to have some therapy funded by her old workplace. So that's why she has a little bit of money, and that's how she's paying for this service. Essentially, she's living in her therapist's center, if you want to call it. I don't know, what would you call it? It's like where she does her work. She does it at home, and she's living in this spare room where she has her clients, and every day she's going through really therapeutic sessions and just having some hardcore therapy because she's actually pregnant. And she wasn't going to take the therapy, but when she discovered she was pregnant, she decided that if she was going to bring up this child, she didn't want to be in the wrong mindset. She didn't want to be a mental wreck. She wanted to be healthy in her mind and in her body, and she's already healthy in her body. I mean, she's developing a freaking six-pack and she's really active, but in her mind she was just a complete mess. And so she decided to take it up, and when she arrived she discovered that the baby wasn't actually Cameron's. It was someone that she'd had a one-night stand with when she went out on the lash, when she was free. She had no direction. She'd just lost her job, she'd lost her potential long-term relationship, her security, her big massive mansion home, everything that she knew, and she went out on the lash and she slept with a random guy. And when she turned up for therapy, she had a bit of a shock because the person who she had slept with was her therapist's son, and that is Avon Brant. He's a little blondie just like Serenity, and he's home because he is a college student, if you would call it in America, or a university student, you would say here, and he is he studies the arts. He's a very arty sim, and he's home for Christmas. Yeah, it was the end of semester, so he's come home. He's left his flatmates in the flat because his flatmates are a couple who eloped and got married very, very young, and neither of the parents knows, so they're a bit afraid to go home, so they're still living in the flat. And he decided to come home for the Christmas season, and he came home to find that his mother's next patient was Miss Serenity Birchwood, the woman who he'd met in the club one night a few weeks ago. And they've sort of kept it on the down low. The mother doesn't even know that her son is the father. She doesn't even know that they even know each other. They're sort of putting on that they've never even met, except they have this very close, intimate relationship. His mother sort of encourages him not to get to know the patients because of how complicated it could get, seeing that she has so many patients come in and out of her clinic, and it could get complicated in terms of like jealousy, and it could give her a really bad reputation if her son is sleeping with the clients. So she urges him to to keep it strictly friends and not even become like good friends with them, because he doesn't want him to get attached. She doesn't want him to get attached, and there's constantly clients coming in and out, men and women, but they've actually, even though they only really, it wasn't really a relationship, or they didn't really expect anything to come with it, it was simply a bit of fun. They were both juiced, as you would say in The Sims, and they didn't think they were ever going to see each other again, but they've actually become really close. And even though she is not completely mentally stable, he sort of offers his own form of therapy, but with painting, and she sits and she watches him paint, and she finds it therapeutic, and she finds it calming, and she likes to express what she's been through in her own painting, and that's how they've sort of bonded, but kept it on the down low, away from Crystal, so that his mother doesn't kick him out or take drastic action on either of them. So yeah, that is the dealio. That is what was going on the whole time. I bet none of you were expecting this, were you? It's a massive change of events. So Serenity is a very different person in reality to who she was. Even though she was a bit rambunctious and a bit of a tearaway and a bit of a punk, she has very much dialed all of that down. I'll show you, her new outfits and her new style, so you can sort of get the gist of, the whole atmosphere where we are now. It's a completely different change of events, and some of you might hate this, and some of you might be really annoyed by it and be like, oh my god, my whole life is a lie. No, it's just a twist. So this is sort of her style now. She's more of an adult. It's much more girly and everyday. It's not so, that she still has her tattoos and everything, because she still has that, bit of edge in her, and you can see it in this outfit. But for the most part, I think she's pretty much died it down, and that is a party wear, which I absolutely love. And yeah, so you can see her swimwears. That is the current situation, and don't worry, it's not going to happen again. I'm not going to be like all of a sudden, no, but this was the flashback of the flashback. No. Don't worry, I won't do that again. So she's got a little baby bump growing in there, and I think at this stage she is kind of just trying to sort herself out. She's got a bit of time before the baby comes, but she ideally doesn't still want to be in this living situation while, if the baby comes, even though she could lie and say, oh, he's come out blonde, but he's not your son's or anything. It would be hard for her son to hide that that's his kid, and he can't bond with it because he has to hide it from his mum. So we don't know sort of where that's going to go, but they're sort of having a little bit of a session here. For some reason she's feeling very, very flirty. It's probably because they just had a cheeky kiss and a woohoo. So yeah, they're swapping seats, and just having a bit of a talk in front of the fire, and this is something that they would do often, and talk about her past and everything that's happened to her and how it's affecting her, and that's what we were going through. So she knows that Serenity's pregnant, and she knows why she's here and why. Look how happy she is. For the first time in so long, she's actually happy. So I'll show you around Crystal's sort of home. It's, you know, she makes a lot of money being a therapist because it costs a lot of money to have this kind of treatment, I guess you could call it, or service. Her nice kitchen and a big dining table, because I guess she hopes one day that her son will have his own family, but I don't think she's expecting it to be with one of his clients. And this is his little room down here where he sort of just escapes when he's home from uni. So for some reason he's asleep in his mother's bed. It seems they have finished their little session. She's going to go on the computer and probably troll the forums. I don't know why that's their sort of default go-to thing to do. That's not a very good way to express your anger. That's what you're supposed to be doing while you're in therapy. So we're probably going to just play some games. We'll play some My Sims Go, because she still loves video games. Even though she's grown up, she still loves it. And we'll probably have Crystal come and serve some breakfast for dinner. I thought I said AM. We'll serve a salad, something nice and healthy. It seems someone else likes to play video games as well. So in terms of, you know, his actual traits and everything, he is romantic, jealous, a muser, and he is creative. And Serenity's, what am I saying, skills and everything, she still has all her skills. She hasn't lost all of that. She's just lost a few people in her life, and this is sort of the only people she's close to at the moment. Crystal is sort of like her role model at the moment, I guess you could say. She hasn't spoken to Callie in a year. She sort of just took off and left, sent her an email and said you probably won't be seeing much of me, and she couldn't even face her to come and say goodbye, because, you know, the feelings they sort of used to have, and that was the end of it. She never saw Callie again. So we won't see Callie walking around this neighbourhood stalking us. This is really cute how they've done this. Whoever built this is awesome. I got it from the gallery, so I didn't build it myself. But yeah, so this is sort of a place where she can come and she can let go and forget about everything. Has she made the salad? She has. So what do we call it? It's a meal. What trimester is she in? She's eating for 2. He knows that it's his baby as well. Yeah, her second trimester will be in 21 hours. So we're sort of not in a situation where we're trying to hide the pregnancy, but we want to hide who the father is, because we don't really want her to find out. Even though you're not really supposed to hide things from your therapist, that's the person you're supposed to be able to let everything out to, because of the whole confidentiality clause thing. But she just doesn't want to tell her. So why don't you all come and sit here, please? All come and sit with your empty bowls and talk to each other, please. Have a deep conversation. I don't know, they look, I don't know if that's because they're both blonde, but they just look like they go together. And she's leaving them. Oh no, she's not. Is she coming back? She's like, I better not leave them two alone. I better watch them for a second. I'm gonna get her to clean up. Even though she's still eating. So Crystal only really has one client at a time, because she doesn't want to be spreading her, what do you call it? Like, she wants to be able to give her all to one person. She doesn't want to have to try and, you know, juggle people and not give them what they deserve. She wants them to have the full dealio, you know, given how much they're paying and everything. So she really wants to heal people, I guess you could say, and make sure that they leave here happy and healthy in the mind. Serenity, hurry up and eat your salad. That's probably not going to fill her up because, of course, she's eating for two. He's going to come and sit next to her and she's like, nah, I'm getting up. She's sitting back down. I don't know why it's still saying share the big news when we've already done that. We'll discuss interests with him. We'll get to know him on more of a friend's level because, of course, they have their romance because they wooed. But we want to sort of get to know him as a person because he's going to be a father, and we, you know, we want to make sure that when she's coming and checking up again, pretending to take away the plate, or looking back, listening with one ear, what are they talking about? But yeah, she sort of wants to make sure he's father material and that he's going to be a good dad to their kid. Also, if you have any name suggestions, leave them below. Of course, it's going to be a little Birchwood. I kind of hope it's a girl. I'd love it if it was a girl. I might even have to influence it because I really don't want to have a boy, because for some reason every single LP I've done it's been a boy, apart from the Four Immortal Sisters where it was constant girls all throughout. It was all girls. But yeah, this has sort of given her a chance to have a fresh start and forget about all those bad things that happen, and sort of, even though it's not the best situation and the father of her child isn't someone that she's married to or someone that she's even with, like, properly, it's just sort of it was a fling, even though the chemistry is still there. They're getting on very well, they're having a pleasant conversation. Ask about her day. He doesn't tend to talk about her sessions. He leaves that confidential. He doesn't impede on their sort of things. So they've just become good friends, which is very nice. Isn't there a thing where they can like become best friends, or do we have to wait for that? Yeah, probably. So he doesn't know everything about her. He still has things to get to know about her. She hasn't revealed many of her deep secrets, but she's coming down here to use his easel again, which is good. Get some of those bad feelings out of lots of fancy colours and bright colours, and yeah, so you can see all his like cool canvases and stuff down here. I think these are so awesome. I really don't like lockable like items in The Sims 4, and that's because like I will never, if I unlock them, I never know that I've unlocked them and they stay in my inventory. It's just like, why can't we just have everything? It's really annoying, and that's one thing that I don't like. But there is a cheat to unlock them, so I guess that's good. So he's gonna go and give his mum a hug goodnight. What a mummy's boy. He will be going back to his flats very soon to go and pick up the rest of his stuff, because he's got some work to do over the Christmas period, and so he can get some inspiration from Serenity and maybe base his product around her story. So she's done her first painting. I think she should put that up in her little room that she's staying in, because I think that'd be good for her. But I'm gonna let her go and pee, because when pregnant Sims pee, like, there's no tomorrow. Her second trimester will be in 16 hours. It's kind of annoying how fast pregnancy is she having a light bulb moment on the toilet? How fast pregnancy goes in this game. Sometimes I do wish it would slow down. We're gonna brush teeth just a bit so that you have more time for storytelling and such. It would be a lot easier. I would have her come and have a bath, but she's gonna go and sleep because it's night time. Everyone needs to go to bed because it's late. It's a shame there's no room for him in the actual house, and he has to have the crappy basement. Why is she sleeping in her son's bed? Dude, I need to do that set bed ownership thing. Right, that's your bed, go and sleep in it. We'll claim that bed. We'll claim this bed. There we go, no more bed issues. And I'll probably put water lights on as well. I'm going to put her painting up in her room. Oh, that fits so nicely there. So lovely, and she can take them with her. For memories and everything. So yeah guys, this was sort of it's sort of like starting a new Let's Play again, but it's not. It's the original Let's Play. But I hope you guys enjoyed this massive twist in Serenity's tale, and we will continue next time. Bye guys.